everything.
Alright guys, so last time what we did was the mixins and the selector for Sass. Now we're back in CodeCademy. We're going to be doing functions and operations. So with functions, we can operate on color values, iterate on lists and maps, apply styles based on conditions, assign values that result from math operations. Cool! Some stuff that we haven't necessarily been able to do with basics styling. So let's kind of jump in and see what's going on here, because I've never actually done this aspect of it before. So in our main CSS, fade out the lagoon blue by... We have lagoon blue. Okay, so we're going to set the background color. We're going to say, look, in lagoon blue, we want to use this color scheme, hashtag 62 FDCA, and we then want to, oh, excuse me, we're supposed to do this in the variable. So we're setting this here, and we're going to call the fade out function here. So we're setting the variable equal to this function, and this takes in two parameters. One, the color, and two, what I assume to be the speed of the fade out. So let's go ahead and run that. Alright. See how the blue is now a lighter shade? Let's go ahead and bring this down even more to see if we can see how it's a little bit darker. Let's go all the way up to 0.9, and it might be see, it's almost completely gone. Again, you just want to make sure that you're doing it right, even though it's telling us we're doing okay. I really find it most helpful to kind of test around with it myself. I encourage everyone else to. Operations performed on red, green, blue. Compile to this. Try it. Add red and blue to make the font color .math purple. So we have color. It's kind of cool. So what we can do here is, instead of trying to figure out what red and blue would make, we can just go ahead and put it in there, and we'll style it accordingly. That's kind of cool. Apparently red and blue comes out to a nice purple looking color. Let's try green and blue and see what that comes out to. So that comes out to like a bluish color. Let's try green and red. Let's come out to an orangish color. So I really think that's pretty cool. And that's something you can do in standard CSS. You have to actually figure out what it is. Apparently it makes magenta. So you're seeing the output right here, essentially, of what this creates. So when we do that, red and blue creates magenta. We can also do math operations in here. So if we want to divide the height by 6, we can do that as well. And we're going to do it right now. So in our math ID, we're going to say, look, let's actually do this in order. Usually the width and height need to be right there. So we're going to say, for the height parameter, take this width that we're passing in up here, our width variable, and then divide it by 6. Let's go ahead and run that. Forgot the line height, excuse me. And we're going to do the same thing for the line height. Width, divide that by 6. It's going to run that. Very cool. I don't know why nothing's displaying here, but we'll worry about that later. So in main, compute the border radius property of the class to 1/30th of its width. So we have border. We're going to add the border radius. And what we want to do here is, it looks like we want to take our width, take the width, and we can do, let's see if we can do it like this. Actually, width times 1/30. Let's see if that will work. And it looks like it did it just fine. So you can use math operators and figure out how that's going to work best for you when you need it. So we have our math ID here, and we want to set the font size, font-size equal to our width variable divided by 6 divided by 2. Alright, since the first slash is preceded by a variable, the symbol is interpreted as a division sign. The second slash is preceded by an operation, so it's also interpreted as a division sign. So it's just saying that we're dividing twice there. Alright. If you know basic algebraic math, it shouldn't be an issue. Or operators. If you know basically how math is supposed to work, it should be pretty easily understood. So now we're going to add at each loop. So at each is essentially it sounds like a for loop. So we're going to iterate through each item in the list, and we're going to do some stuff on that. So let's go ahead and write an at each. So we'll do at each, and we'll say the item in a list. So our list is the variable, and this item is each item in the list. So it'd be orange, purple, and teal. So for each one in our list, we are going to dot hashtag target that item. Remember this dot is, or this hashtag precedes the item that we're putting in here, which is our list. Or excuse me, the item from the list. And then we're just going to say, look, set the background equal to that item. Set the background parameter, in this case, equal to the item, which is a color. Let's go ahead and do that, run that, and now we should each get a background color that's different. So orange, purple, red. Very nice. Okay, now we're doing the for loop. So we did it each item in the array, and now we're doing a for loop. Pretty cool. So insert the following for loop. Alright, where do they want us to insert it? I believe we can just do it at the top here. So at 4. So maybe you don't want to do all the items in the array. In this case, it looks like we do. So for each item starting at 1 through the total, we want to say, look, dot array on the nth child. Oops. Nth child on the item we're iterating through. Let me go ahead and change that as well. Set the background to blue. Alright, let's see if we got that right and no typing mistakes. So for I from 1 through the total, dot array, nth child, background blue. So there's our blue background. It looks like it's getting an error because we were having issues backing up. So what we want to do here is inside the body of the for loop, we want to dance through the color wheel by using the color function we saw before and modifying the background. Alright, so instead of background being just blue, what we want to do is run adjust-hue function that's going to start at blue, and then it's going to change using the math operator and step. So what is step? Step is the variable above here that's 360 degrees divided by total. So let's go ahead and run it and see what this does. But it sounds like it's going to create a little bit of a spectrum. So cool. So each iteration goes a little bit more. A little bit each line. So total is 10, so we have 10 lines. Pretty cool. So you can definitely see how you would be able to create a very unique and interactive page that runs very fast and requires a lot less code once you get comfortable with this. So next we have the if statements. So they're the at if. we can do an if where we put in a condition and then value if it's true and value if it's false. So what is it that we're checking, and what is it that happens when it's true, and what is it that happens when it's false? You see a couple examples here. Let's go ahead and jump right in. So we're gonna go ahead and set the width using an if statement. So if let's spice up the loop by changing the array based on whether it falls on an even or odd number. So if, I think we may have to do this in here. Yeah, let's try this. Let's do it in here. I believe this is where we need it. If, set the width, and if the current count is not even, or it is even. So we're checking to basically see, when we do modulo 2, we're checking to see if it's divisible by 2 evenly. If it is, we want to go ahead and set the pixels to the width to 300. Else, we want to go ahead, if it's an odd number such as 1 and has a remainder, we want to set the pixels to 350. Now let's go ahead and run that and make sure we do that in the correct spot. So you'll see right here is it starts on 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And don't forget to do your margin dash left if statement as well. So we'll say if, same logic, if the current count, or the current num that we're iterating on is equal to 0. I actually want to check triple equals real quick. Although, you know what? This isn't JavaScript, so I don't think it'll work. So if it's not, we're gonna skip over it. If it, and this is almost like an if else. It's really how to think of it, because if and else is what's being provided. Just gonna run that. Very nice. So you're seeing everything's kind of getting shifted left, right, left, right, left, right. So that's pretty cool. So kind of the things to take away is that you can create functions, you can create for loops, you can create each loops, and you have if statements. So, or if sort of else statements. Now, you may not at first understand how you're going to use this, but you can definitely see the importance of it and how it can help you in your styling down the road and creating much more complex styling than maybe you have in the past. I'm excited about Sass. I'm going to be using it going forward. But as always, guys, thank you for watching. I appreciate everyone who's been supporting me on Patreon. Thank you for the likes and shares. They help a ton. And I'll see you guys in the next and final Sass video from CodeCademy. Have a good one. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. My good friend Matt at Engineered Truth has a 3-part interview with Quincy Larson, the founder of Free Code Camp. Go ahead and check that out, and you'll get a lot of really cool stuff. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.